Hello, welcome back, and I hope you all had a wonderful, merry Christmas. I really do. We had a blast, spent Christmas Day with the family, ate way too much, drunk way too much, and indulged quite a lot. I was spoiled this year, as a wife often does. Anyway, I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and you spent a bit of time with people you care about. And if you didn't and you're on your own, I hope you was quite comfortable with that. Right. I bet you've all been playing your Beatles Revolver for the last month, and I've been listening to it quite a lot. As I told you on a previous video, I was going to go down to my local record shop to buy it. The week I went to do it, the wife said, you can't buy it. So I assumed she'd already purchased it for me for Christmas, and that was the truth. So I finally unboxed my Christmas Day and have enjoyed giving it a play. Now, I was going to do a track by track, and I will get round to doing that at some point. But let's be honest, if you go on YouTube, there is Revolver videos galore. You know, unboxings, track by track analysis, and there's a lot of differences. There's some high points. There's some not so many high points, but I think overall the album sounds wonderful. Really enjoying it, and I was blown away with the mono. The mono, I can't believe how punchy it is. It sounds so different. So I've been really, because I don't have any of the original monos. There was a box set that came out years ago. I can't remember what year now. I don't have those. So I'm really enjoying that addition to this box set, the Revolver box set, which made me think, you know, now there's been 5 releases now since 2017. So I think they're definitely going in the right direction as far as I'm concerned. You know, you've got obviously the new mix, you know, take it or leave it, but, you know, it's a new mix and it does sound great. I personally am really enjoying it. Some people might argue it's not faithful. I always thought the original mix was it was a bit harsh. You know, I'm enjoying the warmth of the bass now. I'm enjoying the drums a lot more. I'm hearing things I've not heard before. And I am enjoying that. I am. But it's subjective. Like all of this, at the end of the day, it's Giles Martin's mix. I suppose if, you know, some of you guys out there had the tables with all the tapes and the technology, especially Peter Jackson's new technology, that is immense, isn't it? The possibilities are endless. We'll get back to that later on. You know, so it's just someone's interpretation. So there is a lot of people that might go, you know, it's not faithful to the original. But for me, it's brought Revolver, 1966, the year I was born, right into the 2022. It's brought it right into... It sounds like an up-to-date, fresh album. And I must admit, I've been playing it quite a bit. So anyway, what do you think out of the 5 so far? I think they're going in the right direction. Now, I didn't buy the CD box sets. I was only really interested in the vinyl. I've got them on download, so I've got all the extra tracks and stuff like that. And I don't often listen to Blu-ray music. I've only got a soundbar. Call me old-fashioned. I like doing my music in stereo, you know. It's just me. So the first one that came out was obviously 26th of May, 2017, and this was the 50th anniversary of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Now, all it is really is a double album. You've got the original stuff that was in Pepper, you know, the cardboard cutouts and stuff like that. But there isn't a great deal. Obviously, you're getting the remixed album, and then you're getting the album again, but with outtakes. So, but the sound difference was quite amazing. I remember I'd done a video on this, and I was absolutely blown away, as you've never heard it before, like it says on the hype sticker. So that was 2017, and then obviously a year later, on November the 9th, 2018, this doesn't seem that old to me, but it's unbelievable, isn't it? The White Album. Now, this one obviously is a 4P LP edition, so for the record collector, not the CD collector, they thought about it a little bit more. And this is obviously the 4LP, 180 gram, mastered at half speed, as was Sgt. Pepper, by the way. New stereo mix by Giles Martin, the Beatles plus the Isha demos. So there's a little bit more to it, and obviously you get the original artwork, you know, the 4 post pictures of the Beatles and stuff like that. And the sound mix on this was just as radical and wonderful as Sgt. Pepper, I thought. You know, it sounded amazing. Everything sounded fresh. And if I go to play the White Album, dare I say it, I tend to go for this one if I'm going to play it. So that was quite nice. And then on the 27th of September 2019, we get the lovely Abbey Road box set. This is the 3LP edition. The only problem is with the album versions so far is you don't get any of the books. Obviously you can download them for your iTunes library or however you play your music on your computer or on your devices. But however lovely the records sound, you don't get the books, which is a bit of a... Then on the 15th of October 21, we get the 5LP Let It Be remix. Now this is where me personally, the sets really are starting to come into their own. Obviously we've now got the addition of the book, which is lovely. Plus we have the original Giles Martin mix or new mix of the album. Then we got the LP2, which is Get Back the Apple Sessions. LP3 is Get Back Rehearsals and Apple Jams. And obviously LP4 is the Glyn Johns mix. And then we get the Let It Be EP, which was on a 12-inch, which is a little bit weird, but with Across the Universe and I'll Be Mine, Don't Let Me Down, and Let It Be. New mix of the original single version. So I think this is where they started to really think about these. Obviously, I suppose Sgt. Pepper was a bit of a tryout, you know, getting Giles Martin to do the this sort of like project, and it's obviously taken off because, like I said, for the last month I've been watching people doing their reviews on Revolver and unboxings and talking about it. YouTube is drowned on the stuff, and I will get round to it. I mean, I haven't done, apart from Sgt. Pepper, I think, I haven't done these vinyl plays. I haven't done them. On purpose, guys, by the way. I know some of you joined me because of when I was collecting the D'Agostini Beatle collection, and I love them. I absolutely adore them. But I need, you know, I'm interested in other music as well as the Beatles. You know, I can recommend some brilliant channels that just dedicate a lot of their time to just the Beatles, and wonderful they are. But I'm not that man, you know. I like me Madness, me Tom Waits, me Pink Floyd, and me other bits and pieces. But don't get me wrong, I love the Beatles. And this brings us round to the final one, which is obviously, another heavy one, the Revolver box set. Now this, I think they've actually hit the nail on the head. I think with this particular box set, they've come into their own, because obviously you've got the Giles Martin mix. Love it or hate it, I'm loving it at the moment. Then you've got like this 2 and 3, you know, is sessions. And let's be honest, there's been quite a few surprises. John singing Yellow Submarine like that, who knew? Who knew? All these years later, it's incredible. But what really nails it for me is this original Mono Master on vinyl. Because I didn't buy the Mono box set. I wasn't even collecting records back then. You remember the story, 2016, 17, 16, I think. My wife bought me a new turntable. I'd not had records for years. I think I owned a couple of LPs just out of nostalgia. I didn't have any. But now you're getting this deluxe book as well, like you did with Let It Be. So, I mean, they're not cheap. This is about £150, £160 in the UK. But you are getting a lot for your money. I mean, the box is properly made. It's proper sturdy. The new mix, like I said, love it or hate it, you know, is there. You've got some gems that we've never heard before on the sessions. Now, I'll spend a little bit of time with the sessions, but kind of, they just get stuck away. I tend to listen to them sort of things more on my computer than on my record player. But the mono, now I've got nothing to compare it to, but I've watched videos of people comparing the mono to the one that came out in 2014. I might be wrong, so I don't have it. And the book. So I'm really delighted with it. But is this the best one so far? I mean, I really like the sound of Let It Be. I really did enjoy the mix. But like I said, it is just Giles Martin and Sam O'Kell's version of what was already kind of there. So it's subjective, I guess. But I'm really enjoying this. I really am. It's novel. It's exciting to me to play. I'm hearing different things all the time, and I'm just sort of getting used to it again, because obviously we all know the sound of Revolver very well, and I've got a special place. This is my favourite Beatle album, I've told you before. Not only was it the year I was born, it was like when the Beatles really just thought, sod the touring, we're going to get involved with doing a little bit more creativity in the studio. So yeah, I'm loving mine, and I will get round to doing my reviews, my vinyl plays or whatever of it. I've got loads of Beatles to catch up on, as you know. There was this that slipped me by, and it didn't slip me by, but literally when I went onto my YouTube feed, it was just flooded. It was flooded. I suppose where I search Beatles and people's views, I don't often comment, which I suppose is bad, because I like people to comment on mine, which is bad, but I often watch a lot, you know, normally on the fly when I'm doing stuff. So what's going to happen next year? What's going to be out next year? I mean, the obvious choice is obviously Rubber Soul, and then slowly work your way back to Help, etc., etc. But having said that, Please Please Me was originally released March 1963. It will be 60 years old next March. And with Peter Jackson's new technology, splitting mono tracks, I am sure Giles Martin's going to be having a little dabble with some of them early Beatles songs. I'm sure of it. The obvious choice is Rubber Soul, but who knows? Who knows? What do you think? Do you reckon it's Rubber Soul? Or do you think he might go back and then make us wait till last for Rubber Soul? Who knows? I'm excited though. I really do hope that the Beatles and EMI continue with this style of doing it. Not 100% about the black going around the front yet. I know it makes it look a little bit more, don't know, I'm a nitpicker. But I absolutely love this box set. I'm so glad to have it. I'm glad to have all of them so far. Like I said, the first couple, for me, I mean, even the Abbey Road, you get a pamphlet with it, but it's not a book. It's not like this book. It's not like the book that come with this. I mean, they're proper books. I know if you bought the CD editions, you'd get a book with it. Kind of feel like the record collectors. And I didn't want to collect both. I mean, I've got the Beatles on CD. I've got them on LP. I'm not that man. But there's plenty of you that are. And there's nothing wrong with it. More power to you. But it's just not what I want to do. I'm just quite happy to record collect and buy the odd CD when I'm out and about and I see a bargain. But I don't often buy a lot of CDs these days. Who knows, that might change. But yeah. But I do think having the book does make it feel, you can read the notes, look at the photographs, wonderful photographs. Because this, to me, is when the Beatles was at their coolest time. And obviously, from there, they leapt on to Sgt. Pepper and The World Went Colourful. Yeah. So anyway, that's just my views on it. What's your favourite? Have you got a favourite out of the 5 so far? Sounding wise, value for money, extras, bonuses, books, box sets. I suppose it's all subjective. I'm really, really pleased to have mine, put it that way. So yeah. Plus, obviously, you get the 7-inch single, and I've been paperback writer and reigned. What? Even the mono versions. Amazing. Oh, it's amazing. I will get round to doing a vinyl play of it, and I won't wait for too long, but I'll just wait for the Revolver feed to calm down a little bit, because there's just so much of it. Right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you because I am rambling. But anyway, I think this is the way to go. Obviously, I'm a little bit excited about it at the minute because it's new. It's my favourite album. So at the minute, this is topping my list, followed closely by Let It Be. For overall value, quality, the book, the sound of the record even. But I'm really enjoying this too. And plus having the mono record in there is a real, it does make a real difference. And I'm loving the mono more than I thought I would. So I've been playing Revolver a lot. Anyway, right. I suppose before I've got to go, it's New Year. I hope you've got some resolutions you're going to make. I probably won't get a chance to make a video now. So let me just take this time to wish you all the best in 2023. Prosperity, happiness, joy, health. So got to start eating a little bit cleaner, guys. It's so easy over Christmas off. Literally, I'm sure I put on about half a stone. Sweets and nibbles and picking, but New Year, when I get that sorted again, come off the sugar completely. Got to start looking after ourselves. Can't trust the government to do it now, can we? No, we can't. Right. All the best for 2023. Happy New Year. Much love. And I'll be back with another ramble real soon. Take care, people.